What's up, gang? Trying to see if everything is, as my friend would say, copacetic. Is my voice like too loud and not the game? I wonder. It looks pretty good. I just gotta watch it on the TV and stuff. And my voice is probably like loud as fuck. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, let's get this shit on the road. Gonna play some 2K12. Gonna be home this time. What should I pick? I think I'm gonna pick the Spurs. Who should I go against? By the way, I'm drinking a brew. Yeah, I should go against the Magics. This is Coors Light. Yeah, I think that'll be great.
And welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce, and it's time for
Let's not get too wasted.
this Father's Day broadcast. It'll be the Orlando Magic facing off against Manu Ginobili and the San Antonio Spurs. I'll see you at halftime.
Hello and happy Father's Day. 2K Sports is proud to present this exciting NBA matchup. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
Did I catch that game a couple nights ago? Or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
For this Spurs home game. Now brought to you by
That
State
was
Farm.
fucking crazy.
Look at Orlando starting lineup. Jason Richardson and Hito Turkoglu are at the 2 and 3. Brandon Bass is out there with Howard. And it's Nelson in at the point. And for San Antonio, Jefferson, McDyess, and Duncan are the front court.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wrong side. True side. I'm supposed to be with the Spurs.
Parker and Manu are the backcourt. The feed now to Turkoglu. Left side, Turkoglu. Richardson kicks to Turkoglu. 6 to shoot. And Parker comes with the help.
Got him stuttering.
For a second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Got him stuttering.
Here is Parker. Guarded by Nelson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot.
Personal foul.
That one on Nelson.
What a great season for Tony Parker. He really bounced back after that previous campaign. There was maybe a little bit of a disappointment for him, but last year he was phenomenal. He was the floor general for the Spurs, put up great numbers, and really pushed the tempo in that high-speed Spurs attack.
The first one falls. Steve, talking about Parker.
Yes,
Parker is so
sir.
fast, creates so much for the other players when he's out there.
Well, I tell you what, he's definitely the motor for that team. His speed in the end is unmatched by most, I think, and he's eel-like because he's slippery in his ability to finish around bigger guys. I mean, he's really unique in that way.
Slippery's a great word to use.
Let's go.
Right. And he makes both free throws.
Well, guys, it was the best start in franchise history for the Spurs last season. They got to 40 wins before the end of January. That was a team first, and finished with the second-best record in the league, 61 wins.
Now,
Damn.
here's Nelson. Buries it from three-point range. Nelson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So, Steve, a team he used to play for, the Spurs, essentially a 50-win team for the last 13 seasons, including when you played for him.
Fuck,
They may
Duncan.
be
What the
nearing
fuck?
the end of their championship window. At least some people think that. How about you?
Well, even Tony Parker said over the summer that he didn't think the Spurs could win a championship anymore. So what a run it's been. 50-win seasons, 13 times in a row. Just incredible. They'll still be very competitive, but this is not a championship team any longer.
Fades away. Parker.
What the fuck? Wow.
And here now the Magic. Doris Burke has some information for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach
Good
Stan
shit.
Van Gundy. If what he told me was right, we're in for a rugged battle here. He said we are going to
Bust
put
that
everything we
shit.
have into our defense.
Oh,
Everything.
fuck.
If that means overly physical play, that's what we're prepared to do. He sounds pretty serious, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly Clark and Steve about defense for them early on.
Well, you know what I mean? It's pretty simple. The fewer points you allow, the fewer you have to score for yourself. I mean, that's elementary.
Yeah, and particularly in this game, I think it makes sense. I mean, establish the defensive end of the floor, try to convert some buckets in transition off your defense, and try to take control of the game that way.
He kicks to McDyess. Dishes to Jefferson. Feeds it to McDyess. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Banked in off the glass. Duncan's got his first 2 points.
Well, they needed that one finally. That's just 1 of 5 now overall.
They got me over here
He
under
passes to
pressure.
Howard. They double team Howard. And Parker comes with the help.
What the fuck?
Ginobili against Nelson.
My fucking game was like glitching.
Now Turkoglu. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson. Pushing it up. Richardson gets the whistle for blocking. That's his first foul.
That's the right call there. He tried to take the charge, but did not have position.
No, he didn't, Steve. He was out of position and a clear block.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for McDyess, and Gary Neal subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Then for the Magic, Anderson
Fuck.
comes in for Brandon Bass.
How you fucked
and
that
Quentin
up?
Richardson has subbed in for Hedo Turkoglu.
And Jameer Nelson, one of the Magic players who really struggled in the playoffs last season. I mean, shot under 38% from the floor and was only 23% from distance.
Damn,
He's
y'all
had a
left him
tough time
open.
shooting.
Anderson's
Let's go.
shot is
Let's
off.
go. Let's go. Let's go. Shit. Damn.
Here's Neal. He dishes it to Parker. From about 16. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And going back to Jameer Nelson, guys, apparently after a regular season game against Chicago, he told Derrick Rose, I'll see you in the second round. Well, after the Hawks knocked out the Magic in the first round, they actually left tickets for Jameer at will call prior to their first game.
Bro,
against
stop
Chicago.
double teaming.
Here is Anderson following the score by Tony Parker.
Using his strength nicely there to ensure the rebound. Good work.
And here's Neal outside.
Fuck.
Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. Orlando
I
trailing
knew
here.
better than that.
Guarded now by Duncan. Nelson against Parker. Nelson dishes to Richardson. Back to Nelson. Leads him in there. And there's
That was good
Richardson. That's
shit.
good on the assist by Nelson.
Good shit.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Here's Neal. Pass to Duncan. Outside Jefferson. 20 feet out. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, that's definitely a good look. I mean, the defense can't be that relaxed. I mean, they got and expect him to miss consistently from there. He's too good.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Magic out in front, leading by a point.
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
It's more NBA coming your way.
You know, that's my first time ever drinking Coors Light. It's not that bad.
Welcome back, everyone, to this.
Now, I went to my local Walmart, and I was planning on getting a Bud Light, but they was out of Bud Light for some reason.
Here's Ginobili looking for his first bucket.
So my second choice was going to be Budweiser, but I feel that Budweiser is too much. Then I seen the Coors Light. I'm like, okay, let me just try that.
It's not often you see a strong team like that tinker with their roster halfway through the season.
And so in the game for the Magic, Anderson plays the 4 with Howard at the 5. Gilbert Arenas is out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Turkoglu in at the small forward. Here is Arenas. Here's Redick for 3. They grab their own miss. Outside Arenas. Redick. There's the double team with Ginobili. Redick passes to Anderson. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Steve, back to the Magic. They felt like they needed some changes. And Clark, that trade came, as Steve just said, last December. And it just really didn't click as you look at the body of work.
Yeah, you kind of like the idea of making a shakeup, trying to get it done, trying to get the pieces together to make a run at a championship. It's unfortunate that they just didn't have the right part, and it sputtered more than it succeeded.
And Howard with the stuff.
Both these teams really fighting hard here. This is an impressive matchup.
Yeah, not much separation able to be created either way, and I really marvel at the effort being expended by both of these teams.
Here's Arenas, still looking to get on the scoreboard. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Last season, Tony Parker signed a 4-year extension to stay with the Spurs. Greg Popovich said he's a character guy, and it's reflected in the extension we gave him. That's how we feel about him. Tony Parker said, it's home here. I love being with Pop. I love being with Timmy and Manu. I'm happy to keep the adventure going with them. And guys, I'm sure they'd all love to tack on at least one more title.
We'll see if they have what it takes. Doris, thank you.
And actually, Parker at one point admitted their window might be past, but he backtracked a bit, and wisely so. I mean, it's not time to write this team off just yet.
Splitter is checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Gary Neal. Arenas kicks to Bass. Over Splitter. Bass's shot.
Good shit.
One
Good
thing about
shit.
Pop is that he can be hard on his own players, but he gets their respect because he's equally hard on all of his players. I mean, you could be the 12th man on the bench or Tim Duncan. If you mess up, he's going to let you know about it.
Now here's Parker.
Oh,
Deflects
fuck.
the pass.
Tried to thread the needle there. It wasn't there.
Arenas drops in the breakaway layup. And now it's a 3-point Magic lead.
You have to have such a great feel for the ball to get a finger roll like that to go.
Don't you think, Steve, this is something that all coaches can mimic of Pop, the way he is hard on player 1 through 12, and certainly has his favorites and guys he's had around,
That's
but
not
I
lady
think he treats them all like family. I think they appreciate that. His lines of communication are amongst the best in the NBA.
Yeah, he's got a great sense of humor.
How you
He
missed
can be
that?
very
How you miss a
pointed
layup?
And serious, but also very funny. And he knows when to be
Fucking garbage.
be
I already
right
know
and
I'm
when
gonna
to
miss
be
this
really,
fucking
hard
shot.
on his players. And so I think they have a good understanding that he cares about them.
Let's
and
see.
they want to be coached, and they really accept whatever he brings on that day.
You know, I
Damn,
thought for
damn,
DeJuan
damn.
Blair in the Spurs' first-round series against the Grizzlies, it was doubly tough. He struggled with the Grizzlies' front line and saw his minutes really shrink.
Fucking pray about this.
Second free throw, no good. And for DeJuan Blair in that
I know it
series,
was
Steve,
fucking.
do you think it was a bad matchup with him on Zach Randolph?
Well, I think Pop was looking for a little more length on Zach. So he went with Splitter and Duncan, and I think also San Antonio needed scoring. I mean, they struggled to score.
Let's
against
go.
They went to Matt Bonner for the shooting range. But remember, Blair had an excellent regular season. It was surprising to see the fact that he was really relegated to the bench during that series.
Arenas has doubled. Redick dishes to Bass. Kicks it out to Turkoglu. Launches a three.
Y'all lay him wide open,
Good
dude.
team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target.
Shit.
A lot of ball movement.
That was
and
my
play
guy.
movement.
But
That's a thing of beauty.
Now, they could have taken it to the hoop, but they'll take the three-pointer for sure. Well, you look at last season, guys, the Spurs had the best record in the Western Conference, almost unbeatable at home, where they were 36-5.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the half. Parker against Arenas. Arenas has doubled. He's picked up by Parker. Redick with the three. Cannot hit. Spurs trail by 6. A shot by Parker. Parker with another miss. Here's Orlando now. 6-point game. Stevie, talk about the San Antonio crowd. One of the most terrific fan bases of any sports franchise. They're just so much in love with everything this franchise does.
Yeah, really, when you think about it, those fans, I mean, the Spurs are their pride and joy. I mean, they're enthusiastic, knowledgeable, and the most successful small market team in the league is San Antonio. So the bond between the team and the community is really something special. It's neat to see.
And Clark, I said any sport, and I do believe that. I mean, like you talk Green Bay fans or New York Giant fans, and I mean, you're talking about a bond. That's a great word to use, bond. There is a bond between the team and the fans.
Yeah, big time connection.
And they will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, good clock management is essential here.
they trying to run that clock down.
He's got 5. With 2 seconds left. No good off the back of the rim. And that concludes the first half. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Hello and happy Father's Day. I'm here to guide you through this edition of the HP Halftime Report.
Damn, this game is
Orlando
really
on
old,
against
and
San
they still know.
Antonio. They've
They still
limited the
know
second
it's
chance buckets.
freaking
They've been
Father's
crashing
Day.
the defensive
Wow.
glass, playing big on the defensive end. Hedo Turkoglu playing with confidence. He's picked up 5 points, also has come away with 5 rebounds. And on the other side, San Antonio just keeps scrapping. They've dialed up the
That's
tempo,
fucking crazy,
ripping and
like,
running. It's been a fun one to
how this
watch.
game can keep
Some
up with
nice
the
plays
times.
So far from Tony Parker. They're running their offense right through him, and boy, is it working. He scored more than half their points.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
I'm already a little tipsy now. I kind of rushed that beer.
Here is Parker. Parker and Manu are the backcourt. Jefferson, McDyess, and Duncan are the front court. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Ginobili. 6-point game. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by Ginobili. Jefferson's got the first points of the second half here for the Spurs.
And I think one of the reasons the Spurs had such a great season a year ago is that Manu Ginobili was ready right out of the gates. He exploded and helped the Spurs off to that incredibly hot start.
Let's go.
Let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Greg Popovich has talked often about where he would be without the likes of Tim Duncan. He said that having a superstar that's willing to be coached makes all the difference in the world. And he knows a lot of his success is based on Tim Duncan saying, I would be coaching a third-grade team somewhere in America. Not sure that's true.
Oh, what the
nice
fuck?
To see a coach with 4 rings stay that humble. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. I would say Coach Popovich sold himself a little bit short. He's a very humble guy and very well respected.
Oh, he sure is. And he knows how much Duncan does out there, but we all know what a great coach Pop is.
And Steve Ginobili stayed healthy almost all the regular season. Started to leave behind his ankle issues, which Clark had really cost him, I think, some valuable time earlier in his career.
It really did, and even after a hyperextended elbow that cost him a game in the playoffs, he was the best Spur in that first-round series against the Grizzlies. So, in all, I think a pretty healthy season for Manu.
They're working it around. Richardson for 3. Good.
Bro, he is not that good.
Nelson's got 3 assists in the game. Back to Jefferson. Got a piece of it. It's Ginobili outside.
Let's go.
Ginobili's got 7 points.
They strike right back with a 3 of their own.
Steve, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball. Guys, you know it's never easy to win on the road, but the Orlando Magic found a way last year as they finished with one of the best road records in the Eastern Conference.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Well, Clark, you're right. They were 23-18 away from Orlando. Steve, that was one of the best road records in the NBA.
Yeah, and that's impressive. And they've got a beautiful new facility there in Orlando, the Amway Center. They're a good home team, but the fact that they won consistently on the road was very impressive.
Juwan Blair, he's checked in for San Antonio. Now here's
Bro, block him.
From the baseline. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Howard. Richardson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just zipping the ball around the perimeter. Good advantage for them in terms of points off assists.
Well, they say coaches always
He
talk
might
about
change
how
back.
defenses can't keep up with the fast-moving ball, and attacking with the pass makes you much harder to defend.
Now, here is Nelson. And here's Anderson from the arc. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson. Spurs trail by 4.
Bro, you really missed that?
Nelson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Richardson the pass to Anderson. Turkoglu inside the line. It's good on the putback. Anderson's got his first points of the game.
Come on now, I don't expect to have to coach effort, guys. Effort and energy, that's what it comes down to on the offensive glass.
Well, that's what we saw right there, Steve. Absolutely.
Let's go, Duncan.
Wayside if he doesn't have that willingness to get in there and mix it
I think it was our fucking saving grace.
A minute 50 left in the third. Magic leading by
Bro,
4.
he was really our saving
That
grace
is a good
right
question
now.
to ask. For Tim Duncan, has the window for another title closed? I mean, you look at that first-round series against the Grizzlies, and
Give me
it might
that.
have closed.
You don't
He
need
rushed
that.
it a little bit, guys, because he
You
had a
don't
clean
need
look,
that.
Just lost his focus.
Jefferson's
Damn.
shot is off. And it's the Magic with the ball. They lead by 4.
Why?
Interesting, Clark, on your observations on Tim Duncan. He's still one of the better
Why
big men
me?
in the league, but the Spurs got wiped out in the first round by Memphis.
Why
You know what?
me?
He's not getting any younger. So, Steve, do you think his window, like Clark says, has perhaps closed a little bit here?
Come on, gang.
Unfortunately, you know, I love
Come
Tim
on,
Duncan,
gang.
you know, teammate of mine and a fantastic leader and human being. But you know, you look at the Spurs, even though they can still win a lot of games, it's tough to see them winning 4 straight playoff series in the NBA playoffs, given their
That was
collective
nasty.
age. And I just don't think they're going to win another title with the current crop that they have.
Now Turkoglu following the 3-point attempt by Tony Parker.
Damn, he
Three from
faded away.
Anderson.
Damn.
Comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Anderson's got 5 now.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 7. That's good. 13 points for Parker.
Boy, what a great job of getting into the teeth of the defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's been their main point of attack. I mean, get the
Come
ball
on,
deep
gang.
and try to score from in tight rather than rely on their outside shooting. I mean, that's a more consistent way to score. Take it inside.
Just 5 on the
Shit.
clock. Nelson out of bounds.
Good shit.
And they'll keep possession.
Out on him. What? How was the magic ball? And it was okay. Whatever, dude. That was a bullshit call.
Here's Richardson. Just 3 to shoot. Second shot opportunity.
Boy,
That was a
rugged
fucking
work
bullshit
on the
call.
inside that led to that very easy putback. That's going after it there, guys.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. You gotta like what Jason Richardson has done in this game.
Yeah, he's done a great job of finding the soft spots in that deep.
So as we get rolling here in the fourth, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for the Sprite Spark Report. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. They were as tough a defensive team as we've seen in the second quarter, and they've had an answer for everything they've had thrown their way. That effort is the main reason.
Maybe because the fucking referee was on a side.
Continue, guys.
Doris, thanks. That run, Clark, really propelled them.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it got their confidence up and gave them the kind of swagger you like to see in a team.
Yeah, gave them the edge for sure because look at the opponent. I mean, they are kind of down on themselves right now. The body language, not where it needs to be.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Brandon Bass. J.J. Redick is out there with Arenas. Then there's Howard. And it's Anderson in at the
I don't know why I tried to shoot William. That was a bad
Margin
idea.
to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of
That was
what
really
they've done
bad.
here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Wing shot on the way. Parker's shot is off.
You know, this is a shot that we've seen him miss, but actually the coaches would like to see him not miss as many.
Takes a 3.
Dude, we're
It's Arenas
fucked.
that time on the
We're
assist from
fucked.
Redick. 7 points for Gilbert Arenas. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, such a disciplined team, the Spurs, and you know the core of their defensive plan is to force contested jump shots. No
We're
layups, no
fucked.
free throws. They just want teams to have to shoot from the outside.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He was definitely not pleased. He said, "You guys look lethargic out there," and told them they've got to increase
I gotta play
their
for real.
activity level.
I can't do
He
this
ended
shit.
the huddle by saying, "This is not going to get the job done. I want to see who's going to step up."
Redick for 3. The
Damn.
bucket. And the Magic lead by 18. You talk about the Spurs forcing contested
cold
shots,
right
Steve,
now.
from outside. One key, Clark, they didn't foul.
Yeah, and that's one of the keys to being able to, one, play effective defense, but also to be able to get into transition, because when you're not fouling, the
We could
rhythm
turn
and
this game
pace of the
around.
game has a way of finding its own level, and the Spurs
We just
very
gotta
good at
fucking
that. They challenge
fuck.
shots without fouling, but it also allowed them to be able to play this up-tempo game they wanted to play
You know,
too.
one of the great stories is last off-season, Popovich got his staff together. They took a lot of views of their own play from the year before. They looked at a lot of European tape, and they just thought, you know, we got to play.
Say,
more of the
dude, you better
European
get
style.
that.
They didn't want the game to stop.
I don't
Like
know
you
who
said,
the
they
fuck
want
you
the
are,
game to
but you
continue
better
to go
get that
in
shit.
rhythm.
Yep,
Get your
exactly.
change
Part of
back
their
too.
Outside Arenas.
Get your change, little man.
Defended by Jefferson.
Get your change, young man.
Arenas
Get your change.
Spurs trail by 14. Good.
Get your change. Get your change, young
Here's
man.
Arenas. Jefferson picks him up. It's Richardson on the wing. Here's Redick.
Fuck.
And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on
That
that
was
one.
easy.
And those points are made possible by that perfect entry pass.
Make a name for yourself.
Kicks it to McDyess. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McDyess has got 4 points this quarter.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many
Damn.
easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Duncan down low. He's covered by Arenas.
Let's go, Duncan.
That's good.
Back
8
on
points for
10.
Duncan.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Duncan brings the double team. Outside Arenas. Just 4 to shoot. Can't get it to go. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Leans.
Foul.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And the official right on top of that one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. He didn't hesitate to make that call, and now he'll get his chance at the line.
Damn.
First of 2.
Sucks.
Tony Parker's checked in for the Spurs. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Bass. Malik Allen comes in for Jason Richardson. Earl Clark's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Quentin Richardson has subbed in for Jameer Nelson. So
Damn. Nigga, you suck.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Outside Arenas. Now the dish to Richardson. He's picked up by Parker. Richardson kicks it over to Arenas. Buries the long range
Why you
jumper.
try to fucking...
You can't fault what he's been doing out there. Some really
They need to
impressive
really
shooting.
stop double teaming.
San Antonio
Like, that
calls
shit don't
timeout.
work unless we fucking
behind
going
by
against
13.
Kobe or somebody.
55 seconds left in the game. Mono Ginobili. He's
shit do
checked
not
in
work.
for Richard Jefferson. And a change for the Magic. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dwight Howard.
Come on, cut. Come on, blood. Let's go.
55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. That's good.
They could have used this run
Back
a
on
while
the
ago.
level.
It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game.
What you
Parker
got, young
against
man?
Arenas.
What you got? Get him.
Here's Redick. Richardson for 3. The shot no good.
Good solid defense on the
No
perimeter
way you
there,
making that
challenging the
cut.
shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
And the
Let's
basket
go,
is
Dunk.
good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play.
Get my change back.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando.
Make sure it's 15 cents.
And no problem
go,
at the line
Dunk.
here for the three-point play. Here is Nelson.
Got your 15 cents
19
back.
seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Bro, he milking the clock.
Parker. Parker is tagged with the reach.
That's some
his first
bullshit. He
foul.
milking the clock.
Here is Howard. He feeds it to Anderson.
Get him. Get
Back
him.
to Howard.
Damn. He got us.
And
Damn.
so it's Orlando winning this one. Both teams.
All right, who should I pick next? I don't know. I don't deserve to be home, so I'm gonna let's choose my team first. Should I go with the Heats? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Heat against Boston.
Hello and welcome. Great to have you along here for the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for being with us this Father's Day broadcast. It's going to be Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat up against Ray Allen and the Boston Celtics. See you during the HP halftime report. Enjoy the first half.
Yeah, how y'all feel?
I'm digging this Coors Light.
Hello and happy Father's Day.
It's pretty fucking good. I like that.
To present this exciting NBA matchup. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. Now we've got
So I tried
starting lineups. First,
Heineken.
Chalmers in
It's
the way
alright. I
at
think
2.
Bud Light is the
And
best.
the man in the middle from
I
UNLV.
tried
Joel
Budweiser.
Anthony. They utilize his abilities
It's a
to
little bit too
maintain
much,
that
but it's good.
presence under the rim.
Busch Light,
And it's Bosh in at the power forward.
it's a little funky, but
And
it'll
for the
do,
Celtics,
you know.
Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. And
Coors
from the
Light
paint,
is like
the big guy,
right
Jermaine
next to
O'Neal.
Bud
They
Light.
look to him to provide that necessary presence down low. Then it's Pierce, and it's Garnett in at the four-man position.
Well, Miami had such a turbulent season last year as far as the drama.
All right,
that
let's not
surrounded
fuck
that
up
team.
this time.
But they were consistent and steady on the road, and they ended up with the best away record.
Oh,
in the Eastern
fuck.
Conference.
Good save, Wade.
And the
Good
officials
save.
throw a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Whoa, look at that.
And back to Miami, you know, Clark, road trips aren't easy when you're the villains of the NBA, and there's no doubt that wanted poster in the NBA has got a picture of that Miami threesome up there, huh?
I agree, no
Yeah.
doubt about it. But I think that also helps
Let's
them
go.
come together. You know, teams typically do a good job of bonding when they're on the road. That us against them mentality, nobody for you. And quite honestly, really good teams and players enjoy winning on the road more than they do even winning at home.
Outside Rondo, shot clock at 6. Allen against 3. Allen's shot is off.
He got under pressure.
And here's Miami. It's a three-point game.
Shit.
Wade kicks to Bosh. The
Let's
shot's
go.
good on the assist by Wade. Bosh has got his first points of the
I meant to
game.
pass it to
Look back at
James
LeBron's arrival in Miami and how it affected Dwayne Wade.
because he
Well,
was
his
like wide
shooting
open
and
for a
scoring
3-shot.
went
But
down a little bit, but
I'll
you
take
would
that
expect
too.
that with so many weapons offensively. I thought Wade was very efficient and really sacrificed his game.
Usually I don't do this, but
O'Neal
go
is
ahead
straight
and
on
kick
the
it up
line.
with the
Here's
remix.
Pierce, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Not much resistance for him after that pick, Kevin. I mean, he had all sorts of space to hit the shot.
You talk about sacrificing his game. It was something that Wade had to do, as well as LeBron and Bosh when they all came together in
Yeah,
Miami.
I think it's a major adjustment for all three, maybe more so for Wade and Bosh than LeBron. I think LeBron is comfortable being a facilitator. As a matter of fact, I think he likes that most about playing basketball.
Really?
That's what I seem to see him get the most enjoyment out of. Passing the ball, setting other people up. And his brilliant talent dictates that he has to do more in order for his teams to win. So I think
Damn.
for Bosh, who had been a prominent focal point of the offense,
always
for
fuck up
Toronto,
shit.
and for Wade, who's been unbelievable throughout his career, they probably had to make a bit more of an adjustment than even LeBron did.
You know what's interesting about LeBron with his size and the power he puts in back of every pass? Those cross-court passes
Let's
look
go.
effortless. But you
did
need
your
a
best.
strong throw to get it over there and on the money.
Yeah, that's his greatest attribute to me, other than his ungodly athleticism
Yes.
and speed. His passing ability is really special.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
Kevin, he told me that it's no secret what their bread and butter is defensively. It's our ability to influence shots, frustrate their shooters, and come away with blocks. And he told me we can expect to see plenty of that today. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. So Clark and Steve, defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
And while you don't really want to
Get my change back.
cookies in one jar. I mean, I think emphasis on defense is a way to go.
Yeah, I'd agree because
Give my
if
change
you
back,
come out
blood.
and establish the defense right away. It kind of sets the tone, and you really kind of take control of that game emotionally.
Wade
Damn. Wade, you always fuck it up.
Dwayne Wade plays so hard
For
and so
everybody.
athletic. He ends up in midair half the time.
Shit.
getting knocked down. So he's always going to miss a handful of games with injury, but just an amazing talent and a great force offensively.
launches it. Chalmers. Wade kicks to LeBron. Tries again. The shot's good on the assist by
Let's
Wade.
go.
They're coming out strong, guys. That's 4 for 5 from the field.
Give my change back, young man.
Boston off to a slow start. They trail by 6. What you said about Wade, that injury risk will always be there. The way he's constantly attacking the rim.
Well, you don't want to take away that aggressiveness, and you just hope
good.
that he doesn't get
It's
too
good.
many injuries, but also that he
Watch this
maintains
stuff.
his body at a really high level during the season and during the offseason so he can withstand his attacking type style.
We on money time. Boy, we on money time.
Playing efficiently, they look very focused at the offensive end.
A nice start, no question, making all the right moves.
We on money time. Give my change back.
Chalmers against Rondo. He passes to Allen. Kicks it to Pierce.
Let's go. Damn. How you fumble that?
Ray Allen is on the wing. Wade is covering.
Well, look at Doc Rivers' coaching numbers, and he's been nothing short of amazing for Boston here. I mean, already over 500 wins in his career as a coach. Really impressive.
And here's the fast break. Here's Kristich. Rebounded by Anthony. The Heat leading by 6. Three-pointer. Wade can't get it to go.
How?
Here's
How,
the
Sway?
Celtics with the ball. 6-point game. Here's Rondo. Buries it from 14 feet. One more thing, Clark, about Rivers. He's been fantastic as a coach in the postseason. Stevie's at a winning percentage of over 500.
Well, add in the title. Plus the
Let's go. Give my change
It's
back.
easy to see why Doc Rivers is considered one of the best coaches that we have in the NBA right now.
Make sure it's 75 cents.
LeBron against Pierce. Covered by LeBron. The shot
Let's
is
go.
up. Some solid defense from Bosh. And here comes
Watch
Wade.
this shit.
He's got 8.
Bitch.
Here's LeBron. Hits it with
Bro, give me the Sprite. Give me the Sprite. Give me the Sprite can.
You know what we call a guy who fills the stat sheet, don't you? He is a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to
He hating, bro.
make sure everyone's
He
following
hating.
the game plan. Guys, the record was 37-15 for the Celtics against the Eastern Conference last season. Still one of the
hating.
powerhouses, not just in the conference, but in the league.
Look at his face.
Boston making some changes. Jermaine O'Neal checked in for Kristich. Davis comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Green in for Paul Pierce. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. Miller comes in for Chris Bosh. Celtics trailed by 9. Let me ask you guys here, going back to the Celtics, eliminated by the Heat in 5 games in the playoffs. Are they still a factor in the East? Steve?
Oh, yeah, they're still a factor.
Damn.
You know, Miami is so good right now.
I was trying to pass it to
You know,
James,
Boston
but fuck
had an
it.
excellent regular season.
You can keep
They've
it.
got Plenty of talent.
Get
They've
your
got some
change.
good young players with Rondo. and
Get your
Jeff
change.
Green.
Yeah.
Boston will still be a major player
Go ahead.
in the Eastern Conference this year.
Celebrate.
By 7.
Coming with that
LeBron
fire.
gets it to Haslem. And Boston with the
How?
rebound.
Not getting it.
3. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Heat. They lead by 7.
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're
I'm
not
like,
settling for the outside shots. I mean,
what is
go
kind of
in there
like
and get what you
2
want.
beers?
Keep attacking the rim.
This tall
Don't go
can.
away. We'll see you in a moment.
Probably like 2.5. I feel that.
Welcome back, everyone, to this Father's Day broadcast.
No, I used to drink margaritas. I still do sometimes. I guess like when I'm like hanging out with my friends and stuff, I would have a margarita. Margarita.
A season ago, averaged 11 points per game compared to 14 a game the year before. But of course, his assist totals were up as well.
Or how I would usually do it, just cranberry and vodka. Just grab some cranberry juice and mix it with the Grey Goose.
There was a turning point that helped them get by that and put it behind them. LeBron James saying of Dwayne Wade, he stopped trying to figure out if it's his time or my time. Instead, we just played our games, and the results were pretty good. Guys, hard to argue with that logic.
All right, Doris.
When you gather stars like that, they'll take some time figuring each other out. Chemistry just doesn't happen overnight.
Well, and eventually they had a terrific year. Didn't quite take it all the way, but got to the finals, and now I think the table is set for Miami to be a contender for years to come.
O'Neal is called for a loose ball foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
The Heat leading by 5.
Watching me winning this shit.
Back to Bosh.
Probably gonna drop the ball on this one. Oh fuck, just like that one.
Here's the break.
Oh, what I'm doing.
Working down low.
Okay.
They double him with LeBron. Outside Pierce. Again.
Okay, I
Pierce
thought you
missing.
got it. I thought you got it.
He doesn't miss many
You
of
didn't
those.
get it.
House the pass to Bosh.
Oh fuck.
Fast break, here they come.
You ain't getting it, son.
LeBron. Pierce kicks it to West.
You ain't getting it, son. Not today, son.
Clock at 6.
Give me that shit.
Steal. That's some excellent defense right there.
Give me that shit.
Here's LeBron.
That's a foul.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I want my motherfucking change, bro. Give me my
Great
change.
awareness by fouling
Fuck
on
it.
that layup. Make him earn 2 points.
Yeah, I think
Let's
it's a
go.
no-brainer. I mean, send him to the line instead of giving up an easy 2.
And when LeBron joined the Heat last year, guys, I think he really wanted to play with a scorer. You know, LeBron's more of a playmaker, a guy who creates offense for others. And I think he pictured himself teaming up with Wade to be the backcourt.
Come
of the
on,
future.
man. I'm ready to bust
Here's
this shit,
what
bro.
Boston's going with right now. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Green. Allen comes in for Paul.
Give my
Pierce.
oh fuck.
Rajon Rondo's coming in
Keep my
for
change,
Devontae
bro.
Rice. What Steve said about LeBron and Wade. Clark, it got a little contentious there, it seemed at times.
Well, you had to expect that to happen, Kevin. I mean, again, 2 outstanding players, 2 brilliant players trying to figure out how to play together.
He got
The
him
fact
cold.
is that LeBron,
He got him
his
cold.
is comfortable deferring. He loves to set other people up, and he's comfortable also taking over.
Damn.
So I think the fact that
Get
it's
your change back,
overrun
man. Get your
is
change back.
overblown because that was to be expected. It's not something that was going to come together quickly and at a high level.
Both can be unselfish.
Exactly, and Wade can attack, and LeBron is fine watching him do that.
The pass to Chalmers.
Damn. I gotta stop fucking doing that.
He did what he could to try to handle that pass, but that was too hard to handle.
You ain't going nowhere.
Trying
Let's
to keep
go.
it alive.
It better not be on us.
But he showed us
Okay, I'm
both
about to
hands,
say.
too.
Fucking referee be on some pussy ass shit.
Here's LeBron. He's got 5.
Come on,
Well,
Brian.
you knew Miami would be
Come
a
on,
new
Brian.
big power in the East with the big 3 in tow. They didn't disappoint, blowing right by their conference win total.
Personal
from the prior
foul.
season.
Yeah, Clark, what you were saying before, the Heat before LeBron and Bosh came won 32 games in all, but with them on board, they won 38 games. Steve, very nice number.
Yeah, and that 38 was only bested by the Bulls' 39 Eastern Conference.
Let's go.
Miami
Give me my
really
change.
handled its business well
My
last year.
change.
You know, with all
Make
the
sure it's
criticism
89
that
cents.
LeBron had in his move to Miami, all the criticism he received, it probably in some ways served as motivation for him after he got over the hurt and the pain of it. I mean, his mental makeup was a lot less jovial and more.
Let's go.
more
Oh,
serious.
fuck.
And part of that is growing up, but I think part of
You
it is
fuck.
byproduct of what he had gone through.
That's perceptive. What you
We
say
ain't
about
worried,
his
though.
Attitude, Clark.
We ain't
about
worried.
LeBron James, and
You
he
can
did
keep
seem
the
to have less
change.
joking around
We ain't
during
worried.
games. Was out for vengeance, perhaps almost. Steve, you called that Eastern Conference.
Yeah, you got to bag back.
And you saw
Got to
it
bag
how
back.
he went right
Got to
after
bag
some
back.
goals and a guy that beat him out for the MVP and Derrick Rose.
Yeah, and LeBron put on an incredible display during that series, Kevin. And I think you're right. Both of you guys. I mean, LeBron used that criticism all year long, and his teammates did too. They used it
Let's
as
go.
motivation to prove people wrong. And I thought LeBron was fantastic. He had an amazing year.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, guys, when Jermaine O'Neal was 19, his life was saved by a stranger. He was driving, another car slammed into his.
Let's
and
go.
he was over a ditch.
Wait a
As the
minute.
car
Who
caught fire,
got into a
O'Neal
car
realized he
accident?
was trapped. Suddenly, someone pulled him to safety, and to this day, he hasn't been able to find out who that was.
I wonder what
O'Neal said he
what kind of car he was driving. He's probably driving like a nice ass
15 years
convertible
in service.
Jaguar.
When you go through things like that, when you're facing death, you realize God does have a
I wonder
plan.
who they talking about.
Things that seemed important aren't as important
Who got into a
anymore.
car
More than
accident?
anything, I have a purpose in life. That's something I really value and cherish. An incredible story, guys.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
Watch
Truly a
this. I'm
new
about to
lease
bust
on
this
life,
tree.
and he's made the most of it.
Now Pierce defending.
Damn.
It's stolen by Green. Celtics trail by 8. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by
Keep that,
Green.
bro. You can keep it.
Rondo's got his second basket
Watch
of the
this,
game.
though. I'm about to bust another 3.
LeBron outside. The dish now to Chalmers. Back to LeBron. Now Pierce defending. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And that's 11 points for LeBron.
I couldn't bust that
And
3.
it's the Celtics with the ball.
The defense is on
Trailing here by
point.
8. Here's Garnett.
Garnett,
It is good. The assist from Rondo.
I see you.
Boy, he really used
I
his
see
height
you.
there.
He sure did.
I
Steve.
see you.
mean, a nice touch on that shot.
The 3 from LeBron.
Damn.
Shot is off. So Boston will take it the other way. Rondo dishes to Pierce. Back to Rondo. Beautiful
Good play.
dish, and the layup
Good
goes
play.
down. And now it's just a 4-point Heat lead.
The last 3 scores, their last 3 scores now all have assists on them.
It's amazing what it does to a defense when you start moving the ball crisply. It just forces them into tough situations.
Chalmers passes to LeBron. Over Pierce. And again, LeBron missing. That will count. We'll be back momentarily.
Yo, I'm about to chug
Hello
this
and
beer.
happy Father's Day. I'm here to guide you through this edition of the HP Halftime Report. The Heat are doing very well so far. Phenomenal work on the defensive glass. They're boxing
Who's
out.
the
They're
fucking
hauling it in
Sprite
every
of the
time.
day?
LeBron's been going at it effortlessly.
It better be
against
me.
Boston. He has 11 points, added 3 rebounds as well.
Because I've been fucking
And
slamming
tonight,
those
the
fucking
Celtics
buckets.
Hanging around.
For real.
Seems a little like they're sleepwalking out there. Not a lot of energy, getting outworked and out-hustled. Paul Pierce is off to a rough start. Just can't find anything going for himself. He's shooting under 30% from the floor. A couple guys right here you want to lead the charge for the teams as we move on to the second half. And now we'll send you back to Boston for the start of the second half.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Here's Rondo. He kicks it to O'Neal. Pierce up top. And the running layup.
Get the fuck
is
out of
good.
here.
Pierce has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Celtics.
Well, Jermaine O'Neal only played in 26 regular season games for the Celtics last year.
That's the way.
It makes you wonder,
Damn.
how much does he have left, because he certainly has had some knee trouble recently. Well, that was a great steal. Prevented what may have been an easy hoop.
How about that? They finally
Okay.
tie it up.
Can they continue this momentum, guys? We'll see.
Mark, you mentioned J.O. He can still contribute. but
Let's
he has to
go.
remain healthy, which,
Where's
seems
my
been a problem for
where's
him.
my change
15
at?
years in the league, and it's taken its toll on Jermaine O'Neal. But we did see him after missing most of the regular season for Boston last year. We saw him be a major force in that New York series in the first round for the Celtics.
Covered by Anthony. Clock at 4. And again,
That was good. That was a good drive.
Pierce has got 4 points in the
I ain't gonna
quarter.
front that
And
one.
you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play. Well, last season, the Celtics, one of the great defensive teams in the league, but they didn't do it with a lot of shot blocking. I mean, they tied for second least in the league in that category, and just goes to show you, you can still be good
Like I could fucking
as a field goal
grenade
defense
ass.
team without blocking shots.
Now here's
You ain't
Rondo.
gonna do shit. You
He's
stuck.
got 8.
You stuck. You stuck.
Now Pierce. And it's good.
All right.
With time running down on the shot clock.
You got to
Pierce
change
has
back.
got 11. That's a good point, Clark, about the Celtics and not a lot of block shots.
You got
and
to
all the
change
injuries
back.
that front court played a part in that.
That age, Kevin. I mean, you look at Kevin Garnett over the last 2 seasons. His shot blocks have really dropped to about half his career average. Not moving or jumping quite as well as he once did. Still a very effective player, but at some point, Father Time catches up with all of us. Finally a miss, but still 4 for 5 shooting to start this third
Damn.
quarter. Well, he was going to have to get lucky to make that one.
Young fella, I think there was a much better option available that time.
Rondo with it.
You don't know what to do. You stuttering.
Pass to Garnett.
Stuttering.
Over Wade.
You don't know what to
Garnett
do.
shoots. The Heat leading by 4.
Look,
Spoelstra
he
was
bleeding on the
really
court.
out in tough position last season.
He
Never
bleeding
really
on the
had
court.
a Bigger free agent talent swing, and he was tasked with getting 3 huge superstars to mesh as a unit. He's done a nice job.
Rondo kicks to Pierce. Covered by LeBron.
Bro, stall him out.
Pierce against LeBron.
James, stall him out.
Lets it go.
Stall him out.
Boston
He ain't getting that.
and missing.
He ain't getting that. Watch
Because
this.
he was the first coach, Steve, to deal with that much talent.
Damn.
He had some very unique situations pop up along that road.
Well, he sure did, Kevin, and he had to coach that team under a microscope all season long. The basketball world was watching, and that Miami team went through some ups and downs. But in the end, I think Eric Spoelstra did a fantastic job, and he looks to be one of the bright young
Give me
coaches in
that.
this
You don't
league.
know what you're doing with that, boy. You don't know what you're doing with that, boy. Sprite count. Give me the sprite count.
Now Sprite slam cam to replay that one.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
A serious degree of difficulty on that.
Give me that motherfucking sprite
Now
count.
timeout called by Boston.
Let's show a replay of
Really
that.
interesting to kind of watch how the Celtics and the Heat were really at each other's throat from the get-go last season.
Dude,
with
I
the
am like
veteran
totally
Celtics
wasted right
trying
now.
to keep the younger Heat from passing them on the power charts in the East.
Glenn Davis is checked in for Boston. Green comes in for Kevin Garnett. And then for Miami, Haslam comes in for Joel Anthony. Eddie House subbed in for Mario Chalmers. And here's Rondo.
Come on,
8 points
Rondo.
for him. Dishes it to Pierce.
He ain't got it made. He ain't got it made.
Green up on top. He's guarded by Haslam. Rondo kicks to Allen. Moving the ball.
You ain't got it made, bro. Get your ass in the back.
They need this one. That's good.
Fucking weak ass shot.
Davis has got 6. And Clark, in the regular season between these two teams last year, Celtics were in control, winning 3 of the 4. And Steve, that didn't turn out to be the same story come playoff time.
No, remember 2 of those
Okay.
victories for Boston were in the first week of the regular season. So Miami was clearly a different team by the end of the year, and they proved it in the playoffs.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Just
for
think
2.
about to make every fucking shot. Every fucking shot. Watch this shit. Ball peeps.
That's good from Pierce.
How many championships he won? Like fucking 3? I remember it was 2 definitely, but I don't know if it was a third one.
So he gets them both. Here's LeBron. 19 points in the game. Wade outside. The feed to House. Haslam up top. Here's against LeBron. It's rebound.
Damn, bruh.
Now, they've got to be careful. They can't give him that much room because at that range...
Damn. Damn, bruh. We got money on you. We got money on you.
Here's Haslam.
Damn. I meant to pass it to fucking Wade. Damn.
What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 3 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
Back here in just a moment here in Boston.
What is this, the 4th quarter? Yeah. We gotta buckle up on this
So
one.
as we get rolling here in the 4th, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite.
Look at that shit.
Doris, take it away.
Bitch.
Well, Kevin, for that great stretch, the Heat
Bitch.
just put together the Sprite Sparkle Award.
Look at that
With
shit,
the
boy.
yet they keep putting
Bitch.
the team a little further out of reach. You have to be excited with how
Can't be
they
fucked
look if you're
with.
a fan of this basketball team, guys.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree
Let's
with
go.
you. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped
Let's
things
go.
in their favor. No doubt about it.
And that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
It's blocked, and they keep possession. Haslam. The shot.
How you missed
and the
that?
Celtics go with it the other way. West inside. Defended by Chalmers. West dishes to Rondo.
Get your man. Get your man.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Okay, retie the game up.
Davis has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Celtics.
Okay, they D'ing up.
Right up. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And here's Boston. A 2-point game. West passes to O'Neal. Haslam's there. Poke loose.
Give me that.
Great hands down low. Gets the takeaway.
Fuck.
Here's Wade. The rebound by Jeff
How,
Green.
Wade?
Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Rondo. Straight up. And it's Miller with the rebound.
After fighting
go.
back into it, they had
Let's
a
go.
chance to tie this thing up.
Steve, I
Let's
love
go.
it. They are not
Damn.
going away. They've brought it
That was
close
for
right
sure.
Now Rondo. Davis against Miller. Shoots. Davis with the bucket. And this game is tied up now.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
How? How?
And here's Rondo. Rondo is doubled. Wade brings the double team. Here's O'Neal. Basket is
Okay.
good. The assist from
I want to
Rondo.
do cheat shots. Sorry.
Rondo's
Gotcha.
got his 4th
Gotcha.
assist in this one.
Gotcha.
Now here is Miller. House kicks to Chalmers. With the floater. Rebounded by
How,
the Celtics.
bro? You missed that. How you missed that?
Now in the game. Rondo is doubled. In loaded Davis.
Give me that.
And stolen by Chalmers.
Give me that.
Now the Heat with it. Trailing by 2. Rondo gets whistled for
Oh,
blocking.
soft
That's his
ass.
first foul.
That's such a tough call to make as a ref.
Oh,
but I think he
soft
got it right.
ass.
The defender was not set.
Yeah, I thought he was leaning as well, Steve.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And a new group in for the Heat. Ilgauskas is checked in for Hazard. Marsh comes in for Mike.
Bro, how do you
Braun is checked
fucking...
in for Dwayne Wade. And it's James Jones in for Eddie House. And the basket by Pierce.
Now defensively, you have to question the effort, but nice play there.
And finished off by LeBron.
Bitch.
Great job taking that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, he made the D look non-existent and foolish.
Bro,
there.
now I'm in. Now I'm in.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
And I think Doris Burke has
Get
something
your mind
for us
right.
now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He said to his players, we've come too far not to come out on top. Don't deviate from your role. Simply do your job.
Get my back.
Guys,
Get my back. Get my back.
Offline
Bro,
with it.
fuck off.
Celtics leading by 4. Rondo dishes to Pierce.
Bro, fuck off.
From Rondo. Pierce has got 17 now, just in the second half. Fader on the way. And again, LeBron James.
He has such a calm demeanor, but he locks in, takes his time, and finishes.
LeBron against Pierce. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
Damn.
Paul Pierce playing
He about to
very
make
well.
all this shit.
22 points, and 6 of his points have come by way of the 3-ball.
Well, so important to have a weapon from the outside, guys, because it softens the defense up and really allows you to play inside
Just
out.
get your change, man.
Good
Get
on
your
the first,
change.
And that puts them up by 5.
All right, it's up. It's up and it's stuck from here.
Perfect from the line. And
It's up
a
and it's stuck is
6-point
from
ball
here.
game.
Up and it's stucks.
Gets the clutch free throws and has the lead.
The 3 from LeBron, and that one's good. LeBron's now got 7.
It's all
in this
threes
quarter.
coming from here.
Another 3, and we've just seen a barrage from long range here in the second half.
Well, they have come out blazing, and defensively, it's hard to deny that shot. I mean, that's a lot of ground to cover when a team spreads you out like they do.
6 to shoot. Outside Rondo over Chalmers. Boston again missing.
You know, this is a shot
Way
we've
about to
seen
shoot
him
this
miss.
shit. Where's my hot spot?
Would like to see
Where's my
him
hot spot?
miss as
Damn.
many.
Less than 1 minute left. And here are the Celtics now. 3-point lead. They double him with LeBron. Rondo passes to Pierce. Covered by LeBron. Over James.
Oh, what the
And
fuck?
here's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
A good foul. You've got to
What the
stop
fuck
clock in this
happened?
situation.
Exactly, Steve. I mean, the clock is their biggest ally right now. They need as much time as they can.
It's the first.
Damn.
Gives him a 4-point cushion.
This motherfucker got the damn ball. Fuck. He making them all.
And it's a
He making
5-point
them all.
Well, he's unflappable. He calmly nets his free throws, and it's
Come
a
on.
two-possession ball game.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're losing by 5. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, they're going to have to use this time
Damn.
to set up a quick scoring play if they're going to try to get back in it.
Yeah.
And then, Steve, they'll follow that up
We don't
with
got
an
it this
immediate
time.
I think that's all they can do to try to win.
Damn. Oh.
Sinks the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Broadcast.
2 for 2, and it's a 7-point ball game. And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, they
trail
want this
by
one.
7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, the timeout isn't going to save the game, but at least they can talk over a little bit of strategy.
Well, Steve, I mean, one way to look at it is if you've got them, you might as well use them.
Here's LeBron. Three-pointer, Wade. Trifecta. Here is Rondo. And they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Let's hope he missed this shit. I gotta go potty like a motherfucker.
And he misses the first
Let's
one.
go. One more. One more, buddy. Fuck that. I'm not trying to go because I'm not trying to be like comfortable. I like to be like under pressure.
No
Let's
one-
go.
Here comes Mario Chalmers. Rondo gets whistled for blocking. That's foul number 2 for him.
I like that foul. You don't want to give up an easy 2 in transition.
No, you don't want to give up a layup. Make him earn them from the stripe, and maybe you get a break and he makes only one of the free throws or misses them both.
Long range from the inbound. And
Damn.
so it's Boston.
Damn, gang.
With the win. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail biter.
Be back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's get out of this. Should I do 12 minutes?
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. Thanks
All right,
for
it's
being
gonna
with
be
us
my
for this
last
Father's
game.
Day broadcast.
Hopefully I'll
It's
win.
gonna be the New York Knicks
Hopefully.
up against Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. We'll catch up later with the HB halftime report.
And as the players are going through their pregame routines, getting ready for the action. We are live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this interconference contest. Welcome to our Father's Day broadcast on 2K Sports. I'm here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get ready for some basketball. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Melo and Amari at the forward slots. Billups and Fields pairing up in the backcourt. And it's Turioff in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Suns, Hill at the 3 with Stoudemire at the 4. Nash runs the point with Dudley at the 2. And it's Gortat in at the center.
I'll tell you what, the Knicks are not a team that puts fear into you when they hit the road. But they weren't the same pushovers they were in the years past.
And here is Fry. Here's Nash. And he makes good on the layup. Nash has got his team on the board to start the game for the Suns. Brought up the Knicks on the road, 19-22 last season.
And that's a huge leap over what they did in the pre-Amari Melo days when they were.
Bro,
really
watch your man.
On the road, so a big
Leaving
step for
them
the Knicks
open.
last season. Let's see if they can capitalize this year and make even more improvement.
Fields against Dudley.
Damn.
Stolen by Stoudemire.
And look at how quickly he got his hands in the way of that pass.
On the money. Fields has got 5 points so far.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Boy, I love Landry Fields. He's a nice complimentary player.
Wow.
Does everything well, nothing really especially super, but a good defender at 6'7" and 210 pounds.
Let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Kevin, they are well aware of the potent offense they'll be facing off against in this game. He said communication
Let's
on
go,
defense and
Hill.
rotating well are two of the biggest keys to their success. Feels that if they can contest shots, they'll fare better than other teams have against this opponent. Guys?
All right, Doris, they're probably, Clark, well aware of the firepower they're up against.
Well, Kevin and Steve, you always have to be aware of that when you're facing these guys.
Yeah, no question. If you're not prepared right from the outset, and this team will punch you in the mouth and get off to a big lead early, so they've got to be up to the task defensively. And the official right on top of that one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. He didn't hesitate to make that call, and now he'll get his chance at the line.
The first free throw is good. Parker talking about Fields and his size and physicality, but he was considered a bit of a late bloomer. Started playing hoops at about the age of 5, but Steve, his body didn't really fill out till he was at Stanford.
Well, interesting, Kevin. I thought his body would fill out at maybe 5 or 6, but I guess it took till he was 18 or 19. That's kind of strange, huh?
Oh shit.
Well, the Suns missed the playoffs a year ago.
Oh. Sorry about that. Ooh.
And there's a lot of speculation about whether they will begin a rebuilding process. Steve Nash obviously getting up there in years. So the question for Phoenix, do they trade him? Do they keep him? Do they still try to build around him? One thing's for sure, they need an infusion of young talent.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turioff with the block.
Wow.
And so here is New York. And Fields kicks to Billups. Grant Hill covering. Nash comes with the double team. Stoudemire the pass to Billups. Passes it to Carmelo. Shoots over Dudley. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Billups. All good questions to look for answers for, Steve. Certainly the Suns need more young talent. This is a team that was selling first-round picks only a few short seasons ago.
And, Kevin, that's rarely a good idea. I mean, even on a stacked veteran team like the Suns, where you look at players like Luol Deng, Rajon Rondo. I mean, those players selected with some of the picks the Suns sold away. Sometimes those moves can come back to make you squirm a little bit.
Yes. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Nice job there of disrupting that.
I had flicker
So
some
for the Knicks,
hot Cheeto dust on my fucking eye.
and it's Walker in for
That shit
Landry
burned like
Fields.
crazy.
Poke loose. Anthony against Hill. 6 on the shot clock. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Nash sinks it from about 9 feet out. Here's Billups. Under 7 minutes left to play in the first.
It's no secret what a Mike D'Antoni team is going to do against you. I mean, they're going to get it up and down the floor and try to score as fast as they can on you. I mean, that's who they are. It's a formula that's going to get you wins, but will it see them to a title?
Leans inside, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Back to what you said about Mike D'Antoni, that seems to be a valid question about his style. Steve, what do you think?
Well, it's been a long time since the team based solely on offense has actually won a title. But, you know, they're going to score a lot of points with Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire. But if anybody can break through and win a title playing that style, it's Mike D'Antoni.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, prior to last season, the Suns decided to let Amari Stoudemire leave for free agency. They were concerned that with all of his injuries, they just couldn't justify giving him a long-term big deal.
Damn.
Now Billups, after Grant Hill's three-pointer that didn't go. The kick out to Billups. Walker dishes to Melo. Here's the 3. Gets it to go.
How he made that?
Anthony's got 5. Well, Steve, that's what, you know, I'm sure you'd agree, that's what makes this Sun story so interesting. They let Amari go to the Knicks, but then they turned around with a completely different front office and spent almost as much on Channing Frye,
Wow.
Josh Childress, and Clark Hakeem Warwick. It seemed at times a little confusing.
Yeah, baffling would be another word to use there. I mean, historically, Kevin, those mid-level deals for average players can be just as risky. So some interesting choices by the Suns' top brass, and we'll see how they pan out. You need to give them a little time, but that usually takes a little longer than you want it to.
Outside, Billups feeds to Carmelo. Lets it go with a 3. And yes,
Wow.
a nice assist from Billups. Billups has got 3 assists in the game. Now Frye. Over Jeffries. Frye, good. Here is Billups. They're leading by 8. Back to Anthony. Jefferson inside, guarded by Frye. And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
Let's
Just
go.
lost track of where he was on the floor.
Josh Childress, he's checked in for Phoenix.
Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
Suns trail by 8. Nash outside. Now the feed to Frye. From downtown, Carter. Here's Gortat. And the
How, bro?
Blocked.
How?
He kicks it to Walker. The 3. Gortat comes up with the rebound. Carter with it. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound.
That's some
Vince
bullshit.
Carter's career appears to be winding down. The Orlando Magic traded him last season to the Phoenix Suns, and he has definitely slowed down. Once one of the most athletic players in the league, but he's aging for sure.
That's good. That's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And he cannot play any better than he is right now in this quarter, guys.
And Steve, you mentioned that trade sending Vince Carter away from his hometown of Orlando to Phoenix did make him too happy. And Clark, you know, that sometimes people probably underestimate that degree of a trade, moving family, yourself from one city to another.
That's a great point you make there, Kevin. There's a lot of moving parts that go into that, not just the player on the court. He is getting a little worried, perhaps, that he's at the end of the window for him maybe winning the championship. A trade from the Magic to the Suns wasn't going to exactly help in that pursuit of a ring.
Now here's Walker.
Damn.
By Steve Nash.
Another open look, hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Well, you know, after the long playoff drought, the Knicks were finally back in the postseason last year. Did not quite turn out the way they hoped it would, but still, you got to think something to build on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Tony Turioff, he's checked in for Stoudemire. Sean Williams checks in for Jared Jeffries. And Landry Fields subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Now Billups. Carter's missing on the 3. Here's Williams. And yes.
Wow.
Assist from Billups.
Holy
and back
fuck.
in the Knicks Celtics series, Steve, the Knicks were swept, but they were hurt in a big way by injuries. Earlier, Clark was talking about the injured point guard Chauncey Billups. He was a big missing piece.
Yeah, he was gone after game 1. Remember, Amari Stoudemire hurt his back
Damn.
In game 2 and wasn't the same at that point. You keep those guys healthy, and I think that's a much more competitive series.
You're getting
And
fucking
you have to like
cream.
the way they've started out offensively.
Yeah, I like the way they've put together basket after basket, consecutive hoops, and as a result, they put together a nice lead here.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Steve Nash.
Looked like he was maybe showboating a little bit, that fadeaway. Really no reason for it.
By inside, he's against Williams.
Damn.
Stolen by Walker.
They've been awfully casual with the ball here, guys. Too many mistakes.
And 3 of them less than halfway through the first quarter, Steve. I mean, they've got to address that, and I think it's just a matter of concentration.
Billups against Nash. Now here's Childress.
Holy
To
shit.
get on the scoreboard.
Their
Outside
defense is on
Carter.
point.
The rebound by
Damn.
Fields. Fields has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots
Damn.
just haven't fallen.
Fuck that. Let's rematch that. Fuck that. I ain't going out like that.
You know, guys, you think back to a team like the Suns. They had a terrific shot at winning the championship just a few short seasons ago, and it doesn't seem like they're in real contention right now going forward.
Now let's check out the State Farm starting lineups. First for the New York Knicks. Melo and Amari at the forward slots. Billups and Fields pairing up in the backcourt. And it's Turioff in at the 5. Now here's Stoudemire. Over Fry. A shot by Stoudemire, no good. We're talking about the Suns' fall from contention, some of it age, but Steve, a number of tough breaks and maybe a few self-inflicted wounds along the way.
Well, Steve Nash is getting older, still was a very productive player a season ago. I think the biggest difference, though, for Phoenix was not having Amari Stoudemire, who left as a free agent for New York. So the talent base went down, and now Phoenix is faced with some question marks as they look to the future. They're going to have to make some changes eventually and kind of reload to get back to that championship-style level.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
A short time ago, Mike D'Antoni and I were able to catch up. He said he knows he's facing an offense that can pick you apart if you sit back and let them do what they want. He told me, quote, on-the-ball pressure is key. If we can get up in their face after they cross the
Let's
timeline,
go.
we'll be able to
Let's go, Nash.
Let's see if they're they're successful, Kevin.
Thanks,
That was
Doris.
weak,
So
but
keeping the opposing
all right.
shooters in check, guys.
It works.
They're making that a very high priority right now.
Easier said than done, though. I mean, they've got a lot of sharpshooters and guys that can fill it up.
Yeah, the big thing is you want to challenge every shot. I mean, you just can't give these guys airspace because they'll make you pay.
Phillips inside the line with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Phillips has got his first points in this one.
Well, Chauncey Billups, a very productive season a year ago. He's not the player he once was. He's still a guy who will step out, take a big shot, run his team well, and show great leadership.
That's blocked. And they keep possession.
Heads-up play, preventing the easy lay-in.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up, so he fouled him to force free throws.
No good on that.
Damn. Can't get my change back.
That's off
Can't
as
get
well.
my change
So he
back.
misses both. And here are the Knicks. Launches a three. Gets it to go. Phillips has got 5. You're right, Steve. You know, Phillips did show leadership, and he did deal with some injury issues last season, too. Some torn ligaments in his wrist, Clark. and
Damn,
injury
that
in
wasn't
the
a three.
playoffs. The injuries did slow him down.
Yeah, and a lot of people would make the automatic jump that because he was injured and he's getting older, those two things are connected, and going forward, you got to worry about it. Sure, you got to consider his age, but he's a great shooter.
Damn.
He's a terrific leader.
Fucking
He's a
fake your
championship
ass
caliber
out.
player. And if he's healthy, he's still got some really good basketball left in him, because, again, he's one of those guys whose game isn't predicated on overwhelming athleticism. It's about smarts, toughness, skill. And if your body's good, you can play that game a long time.
The Knicks with the lead. He feeds it to Stoudemire. Puts up the baby hook. Hill pulls it in. So it's Phoenix now. They trail by 1. And here's Nash outside. And Billups pulls it down. And the Knicks with possession. And stolen by Fry. Here's the
Let's
break.
go, Hill.
Goes up.
Let's go, Hill.
Down the breakaway jam.
That's how it works. Your defense feeds into the offense.
Yeah, you know, excellent work, I thought. Solid work on both ends in that particular sequence.
And Fields kicks to Stoudemire. Gortat's there. The jump hook. Stoudemire missing again. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Nash outside. Launches it. And the shot is
Let's
good.
go.
Come on now, you got to pay better attention than that on a shooter like him. He'll make
Get my
that
change
10
back.
times out of 10.
Billups double team. Guarded now by Nash.
Y'all leaving somebody open.
Can they get it? Stoudemire
Let's
missing
go.
again.
If I'm him, I'm looking to move the ball the
Let's
rest of
go,
the quarter
Hill.
because he cannot buy a shot.
Deflected. And Dudley kicks to Gortat. Nice movement. For 3.
Let's go. I don't know you, but let's go.
He's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the Knicks decide
Fuck
to
you
take their
mean?
first time out here.
And Coach could tell they were out of sync. He's going to try to straighten it out. Well, you know, it was interesting. The Knicks did not come up with more wins than losses against the West last year, but they were almost 500, 14-16 against the Western Conference.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Robin Lopez
Okay,
is
we
checked
got
in
Vince
for
Carter
Gortat,
in here.
And it's Carter.
We got Vince
in
Carter.
for Jared Dudley. Jared Jeffries, who's checked in for New York. Walker comes in for Landry Fields. More on the Knicks and the West. For the East, that was one of their better records against the Western Conference.
Well, it makes sense. The Knicks
Fucking
have the style
bully.
and mentality to play a more
Fucking
Western,
mooly.
type game. In other words, getting up and down the floor, scoring big points.
You
and
fucking
really running as hard as
mooly.
you can on every possession. Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Anthony. He's against Hill. Trying to get back on track. And it's Anthony again missing.
Defense a little shaky there, and he had a good look.
And it's blocked.
Bro, that ain't a foul or what?
Trailed by 9. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked really strong and together.
Wow,
Very aggressive,
that was
too,
nice.
keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Fry dishes to Hill. They rule this one goaltended. Count the shot.
What athleticism. That was acrobatic.
Here's Billups. He's got 5. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Well, the Suns missed out on the playoffs for only the 4th time in the last 23 years last season. And with the team getting older and no outstanding young players, it may be a while before Phoenix returns to prominence.
Here's Stoudemire looking for his first bucket of the game. And Walker kicks to Anthony. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And, you know, for the Suns, Clark, what do you think is their best path for them right now? Could they bounce back to where they were, you think?
In the short term, Kevin, I'd have to say no. I mean, this team a few years ago had a legitimate chance to win a title. I mean, now the talent level has dropped off, and we know you start right there. I mean, you've got to have talent to think about a championship, and it's easy to see why the word rebuild kind of floats around. I think that takes time, and that's where the Suns are right now.
For
Damn.
They're looking for a center now. They
Gotta.
got Lopez, they got Gortat, but they don't have anything around it, or at least things
Gotta.
that they're building
It just reminds you of how hard it is to get the pieces together, to play at a high level, and to have a chance to compete for and pursue a championship.
Billups over Hill. Billups, no good. And here are the Suns now. They're on a 16-7 run. Nash outside. And here is Fry. And the Suns miss again.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Now here's Billups. The open shot, Anthony. The basket good off the assist from Billups. 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
Nash's shot is off.
Chauncey Billups, a winner and a champion, started out last season on his hometown Denver Nuggets team, but the Carmelo Anthony trade swept him along to New York.
Guarded now by Nash. Here's Jeffries. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Chauncey Billups getting up there in age, but Steve, for a throw-in, if you want to call him that, in that trade, you could do worse.
Well, his salary was the reason that trade was able to be executed, Kevin. But I think the Knicks looked at Billups as much more than a throw-in. I mean, he was a guy who filled that point guard spot admirably. He was injured during that Boston series, and that hurt New York for sure. But I think Billups can still be a very effective player, even at his age.
Let's go.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Gortat's checked in for Lopez. Bora comes in for Channing Frye.
Fuck.
And it's Childress in for Grant Hill.
I almost missed that. Damn.
And they've really hit a rough patch here. Anthony, the pass to Douglas. And Turioff backs down. Jeffries kicks to Anthony. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
Man, is he hard to defend. You play him one way, he'll just go the other.
Oh, wow.
New York trailing.
They really fucked me on that one. They really fucked me on that one.
Well, that's the way to bang it, fellas.
Well, that's just par for the course for this guy.
So true. He's one of the league's best finishers, without a doubt.
What the fuck was that?
Anticipation, a solid play to pick off that entry pass.
Here's the 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. 1:11 left to play here in the first. Here's Carter. Rebounded by Douglas.
That's some bullshit.
Nice job defensively. The rotations were there. They really challenged that shot.
Dishes it to Turioff. Now Walker He has 5. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And it's Carter missing.
What the fuck, man?
Quarter for him shooting the ball.
The game is not coming to him
What
right
the
now.
fuck?
No flow or rhythm at all.
Douglas kicks to Walker. The tray. The shot is off. Still a tie game after a couple of empty possessions. There's Nash with the 3, and that one's good. Nash has got 12 points in the game. Douglas with it.
What a great job playing the passing lane.
Unloads from 9. Carmelo Anthony.
Carter, why you didn't get it?
That will count. That
Damn.
I
gotta take a little break on that. Damn.
I was impressed with their transition game, guys.
Jeez
They really
Louise.
got out.
Welcome back, everyone, to this Father's Day broadcast. Here is Brooks. So with Anthony sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Mike D'Antoni right now. Douglas and Fields, they're manning the backcourt. Stoudemire and Turioff in the middle. And it's Williams at the small forward.
Now, part of the reason they are where they are is that they have taken care of the ball for the most part. Finger roll, that's pure style, guys. I like that.
Here's Brooks. The 3 is launched. Gets it to go. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Knicks trail by 4. Douglas dishes to Fields. Kicks it to Williams. Stoudemire against Gortat. Here's Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Good team play there. You
Holy
move the
shit.
ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a thing of beauty.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, the job of a point guard can be an interesting balance. Take Steve Nash. Some argue based on his percentages that he's the greatest shooter in NBA history. And yet he feels he can help his team most by focusing on setting up his teammates. I think it's better for our team if I don't score. When everybody is scoring, it makes it more difficult to defend and keeps everybody engaged. So I think it's the better way. Kevin?
He knows it takes a great
go.
team to win it all. Thanks, Doris.
Good
Here's
rebound.
Douglas. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Back to Stoudemire. Unloads. And it's Stoudemire again missing.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
And the Knicks last season did not use their bench.
Damn.
Kind of typical of a Mike D'Antoni team. He relies heavily on his starters, and that was the case a year ago.
You got to wonder about the effort defensively. They did not get back there. Yeah, you know what? A beautiful finish one way or the other, though.
He kicks it to Douglas. Jacks up a 3. Can't get it to go. And New York takes it the other way. Steve, back to what you were saying about that New York Knicks bench. You know, a big part of that was they were so short-handed. Remember Clark when they got that trade and trying to, you know, bring Melo up to speed on what they were doing?
No question. I mean, it got them Melo that trade, but it also left a few players tired because they lost some of their bench depth. Could have been why they saw so many late-season injuries as players were maybe a bit worn out. You think about Chauncey Billups going down late. Interesting discussion.
Shot clock at 6. Douglas for 3. Rebound by the Suns. Now here's Dudley. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Dudley's got 5. New York calls timeout.
Well, the Suns missed the playoffs a year ago, and there's a lot of speculation about whether they will begin a rebuilding process. Steve Nash obviously getting up there in years. So the question for Phoenix, do they trade him? Do they keep him? Do they still try to build around him? One thing's for sure, they need an infusion of young talent.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gortat. Fry comes in for Hakeem Warren. And it's Hill in for Childress. From deep, Brooks. Lopez is whistled for the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, it's an over-the-back foul, but it's one that you can live with. He's trying to be aggressive, and I like that.
Yeah, you know, I used to do that as a player myself, Steve, but you've got to be smart about going over the top. I don't think he had a chance to get that rebound anyway.
Anthony right side. Can't connect from 14 feet out. All good questions to look for answers for, Steve. Certainly the Suns need more young talent. This is a team that was selling first-round picks only a few short seasons ago, Clark.
And, Kevin, that's rarely a good idea. I mean, even on a stacked veteran team like the Suns were, you look at players like Luau
Damn.
and Rajon Rondo. I mean, those players selected with some of the picks the Suns sold away. Sometimes those moves can come back to make you squirm a little bit.
Yes. Douglas, the pass to Carmelo. Easy shot. And it's Anthony again missing.
Boy, surprised to see that one stay out.
Me too, Steve. I mean, those are ones that
Fuck.
usually go down for sure.
The Knicks with the lead. He's picked up by Lopez. Douglas kicks to Anthony. That's good with a Douglas assist. 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
You know, I think in Tony Douglas, the Knicks got a great find in the 2009 draft. He was the 29th pick. Pretty gutty defender, but a terrific scorer.
Dudley against Fields. This one for three.
Damn.
And it's good. Now it's a 6-point Knicks lead. We're talking about Tony Douglas out of Florida State, a combo guard, Steve, and he's not a great playmaker.
Bro, how I'm missing these shit.
Limiting his turnovers.
Well, he understands his limitations as a point guard, but he really focuses on his outside shot offensively. Shooting
I don't get how I'm
38%
missing it.
range for his career, and a guy who can get extremely hot pretty much any time. Very streaky shooter.
Wow.
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, they're showing
God
some
dang.
confidence here.
Yeah, they are. A lot of confidence, guys. I mean, starting to pull away, too.
And that one's good. Brooks. Brooks has got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Douglas. Fields against Dudley. Dudley against Fields. The dish now to Melo. 6 to shoot. And he converts the layup. Anthony's got 14.
Points in the paint have been the main course or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Well, they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Here's Douglas. Grant Hill covering. Douglas kicks to Anthony. Guarded by Fry. And again, Carmelo Anthony. He's got 16.
But you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
And Fry kicks to Brooks. There's the triple. And it ends up out of bounds. Phoenix making some changes. Gortat has come in for Robin Lopez. And it's Nash in for Aaron Brooks. Then for the Knicks, Tony Turioff, he's checked in for Sean Williams. Walker comes in for Landry Fields. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Tony Douglas. Billups against Nash. And here's Walker. He's got 5. Here's Jeffries. Gets it to fall.
And the defense has to pick it up a little bit here. They're getting bullied inside, guys.
Yeah, they just have not competed well enough. I mean, they've not fought. You want to see fight and aggressiveness.
Now here's Dudley. Tight defense on him. From the low block. And Turioff pulls it down. Turioff's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
And stolen by Billups.
Turnovers have been a major
Damn.
problem for them here.
Well, you know, they've given up 6 points off their miscues, and they wish they could get those points back. They've got to change things up if they're going to cut into this lead.
And here's Nash outside. They get the rebound. And that one's good. 6 points for Hill.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Here's Anthony. And there's the rejection. Suns trail by 14. 3-pointer. Again, Nash missing.
In 2005, with the Phoenix Suns, Mike D'Antoni was Coach of the Year. The Knicks brought him in to bring some of that winning formula he had in the desert to the Big Apple, and it finally paid off last year.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Clarkie made the playoffs, and Mike D'Antoni had them playing some good up-tempo ball. Steve, did you like it? Did it fit what they had there? What was your overall feel on what D'Antoni did when he had a full roster?
Well, he had a tough job.
Damn, man, y'all need to guard your guy.
With the Carmelo trade, but I like it. I think the style suits the personnel and vice versa, and I think this has a chance to be a very good team in the NBA this year.
Now Billups. 5 points in the game. Turioff.
I tell you what, the Knicks are not a team that puts fear into you when they hit the road. But they weren't the same pushovers they were in the years past.
Free throw good from Turiaf. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Phoenix. And a switch here also for New York. Stoudemire's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Suns trail by 16. Carter outside. Billups against Nash. Clock at 6. Fry, guarded by Stoudemire. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Walker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Billups against Nash. Stolen by Carter. By himself. Oh! Now let's take a look at it once again with our Sprite Slam Cam.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. You can never see too many of those.
Now Billups. He's got 5. 1 second left. And that's not going to go. And so that brings the first half to a close. We'll be right back.
Hello and happy Father's Day. I'm here.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Here's Nash. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Nash runs the point with Dudley at the 2. Hill at the 3 with Stoudemire at the 4. And it's Gortat in at the center, filling out the middle.
Well, he just does so many things well out there.
A true pro, a professional display he's put on here.
Boy, what a trade that was a year ago. The Knicks giving up 4 starters to get Carmelo Anthony. And, of course, he's a superstar. And the old saying is you give up whatever it takes to get a star. And I think Carmelo is going to be great.
Yeah, they want this one.
You got to be willing to put a body in front of him there. Easy hoop.
But you know what? I don't blame him. That's a lot of body coming at him.
The pass to Fry. Dudley dishes to Nash. 6 on the shot clock. Over Billups. The shot by Nash, no good. Steve, we're talking about the trade, one that seemed to work out well for really both teams. Clark, the Nuggets went on a nice run themselves to finish the season.
Yeah, I think it was a situation that's going to prove to be very beneficial. A win-win for Denver and New York. And I think I agree with Steve. I mean, when you have a chance to get a player in his prime of that caliber to go with another prime-time, high-caliber player in New York.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.